Welcome back to Political Empire. This is Jeff Horseman with the Press Enterprise and PE.com with the latest political news and insight, including a registered sex offender not only winning election, but in fact he won re-election for a community college seat, or a student body seat, I should say. Then we're going to look at a pretty rare setback for a couple inland tribes which are pretty active politically and give a lot to campaigns, so it's pretty interesting that they lost his vote, and we'll talk about that as well. So first, as expected, Doug Figueroa, student body president of Riverside Community College, was elected to a second term according to results announced May 2nd. Running unopposed, Figueroa, 40, received 159 votes out of 207 cast. Figueroa is a registered sex offender whose 5-year prison sentence was suspended in 2006 after he admitted to kidnapping a boy under age 14 in 2005 and committing lewd and lascivious acts on him. Figueroa is serving in his 7th year on a probation term that ends in April 2016. Moving on, in a rare legislative setback for members of inland Southern California's powerful tribal casino industry, the Assembly narrowly passed legislation ratifying a gaming compact between the Brown administration and the Central Valley tribe. Sacramento reporter Jim Miller joins us to talk about the compact. So Jim, describe this compact and why some of our local tribes are opposed to it.
Well, yeah, what it is, this was a gaming agreement between the North Fork Rancheria tribe in Madera County and the Brown administration, and it needs to be ratified by the legislature before it can take effect. And the interesting thing about this agreement is that it will allow the tribe to open a casino on land right off Highway 99 in Madera, which is about 30 miles from the tribe's casino. And the opponents of the compact point to that agreement as potentially precedent-setting, that it could create a land rush by tribes trying to take land into trust and to have gaming on lands far from their reservations, potentially having a casino next door to Los Angeles or some other major urban area. Most tribal casinos are in more less populated parts of the state, and so that was the basis for some of the opposition to this North Fork agreement, and so it made for a very contentious. Just the weeks leading up to the floor vote were very contentious, with a lot of lobbying on both sides.
All right, so where did our inland representatives stand on this issue?
It was interesting because they were kind of on all sides. Like you were saying, our area does have very large tribal casino industry, and there are a lot of jobs, a lot of economic activity from those casinos, and a couple of them were very strongly opposed to the North Fork agreement. In the end, though, we had some members who voted in favor of the agreement, Brian Nastandy and Jose Medina, and then we had some lawmakers who opposed it. That would be Melissa Melendez from Lake Elsinore and Eric Linder from Corona. And then we had the biggest group were those lawmakers who abstained in the vote. And overall, you had nearly 24 lawmakers abstain, which likely reflected that it was not an easy vote one way or the other. And in that category, we had Assembly members Mike Morrell, V. Manuel Perez from the Desert, Cheryl Brown from Rialto, and trying to think if there, and Marie Waldron, who represents the Temecula area. They all abstained. So it was a little representation in each camp by the members of the Assembly who represent our area.
All right. Well, interesting issue. Thank you very much, Jim. I appreciate your time, and thank you for watching Political Empire. We'll see you next time.